Hey everyone, it's Sam Mackay here from Enterprise CNA. Today I just want to show you how you can overlay moving averages to normalize the trend, I would say. Now what we're looking at here, this is a session. This is a reporting dashboard. What I wanted to do today is really focus in on moving averages because I think there's some really key places where you should utilize moving averages, where they're more appropriate to use or at least overlay on information that you might be receiving from your data. Sometimes data can be quite busy, especially depending on the context in terms of the way you might be looking at it. Like, you potentially would be looking at something on a daily basis where the things that are happening from day to day don't matter as much as the actual underlying trend which is occurring or appearing in your data. And that's where moving averages really come into play quite nicely, especially when you use them in Power BI. Now, I've already created some moving averages, and what I want to show you is just how you can reuse them in this case, and reuse them relatively quickly to achieve additional insight really fast. Okay, so I'll quickly go through what the moving average combination of DAX formulas actually does. But it basically does what you would think, right? It looks at any particular day and then opens up this time window in the future, and that's what dates and period does. It goes in, looks over it goes and opens a 1 month window, and because we then have our sales being calculated in average X, basically we're looking at every single day for the last month, because that's the window that we've opened up. We're working out the total sales, and then we're averaging up all of those sales per day. That's basically what we're doing. Okay, and if you think theoretically, that is what a moving average is. Okay, so it is basically doing exactly what you if you just think sort of holistically what a moving average is calculating, this is what this combination or pattern of formula is actually doing. Now the really great thing is that what we can do inside of Power BI is that we don't need to go and recreate the wheel every time we need to go and create a moving average, right? What we can do is we can copy and paste this particular formula and just rearrange things slightly. So you see here that this is actually calculating this up total sales, and you'll see in this particular visualization that I'm selected on here, and I'll just break out a bit bigger, is where we are looking at total sales by day, but then I've overlaid this average so that we can actually see, okay, well, this is the true trend. This is the average trend, and you can see here that it's slightly increasing based on the particular time frame we're looking at and based on what we've got selected in our visualization. The same can be said with this one in particular here. So you see here that this is a moving average of our margins that we are achieving. Okay, it's doing exactly the same logic. We have just gone and changed the profit. We've implemented profit margin instead of total sales, and then now we have the moving average of margins, and then I've incorporated that into this visualization down here, and you can see here pretty stable, even though every single day the margins are jumping around quite a bit. Could be dependent on lots of things. Could be dependent on regions. Could be dependent on the products that we're selling, etc. But in this case, it's good to have the moving average there because we can see that it's actually pretty stable. Now, how can we create these additional ones? Well, I've actually gone and recreated the profit margins moving average, right? So I've gone and copy and pasted it into this particular measure, and then I have just changed around that to total profits, and I've got profits in there, so pretty straightforward. Then to add it in, so you see here I've got my profits. You'll see that this is actually profits by day. Well, I'm going to add this into my visualization. I'm going to drag this down into my visual here. And you'll see that I just need to adjust a few things just to clean it up, and then I'm going to change my color here. And so you see now, that's probably a bit hard to see, so I will just change the color of that one to a bit of a lighter shade, I think. And you'll see now that we can identify the trend here too, and so we probably want to expand it. And you see that it's slightly increasing, whilst the profits per day were just jumping around quite a bit as well. Now, the last thing I want to show here is I'm going to show you how to do it totally. So you see here that we have customers. So total customers over this time frame is 175, but obviously we have our customers are changing day by day. How many actually come to purchase off us, right? So I want to see if this trend is actually changing. So all I need to do here though is come in here. I'm going to copy all of this. I'm going to create another measure, and I'm going to paste it in, and then I'm going to go customers 1 month moving average, and then all I've got to do here is change my total customers, like so, right? That's all you got to do. So you can reuse it, rearrange it, and get it into some other visualization, some other insight. And so I'll put that in there, and then I will take out the legend, and I'll just change the color just a touch. And now you'll see that I've got a moving average trend line basically of customers, how many customers we actually are seeing per day. And you can see here that the tooltip is actually appearing and showing me, this is more constant. This is way more constant than the daily change. And I think this is key, right? This is a key situation where you would want to use moving averages, where they showcase trends way more effectively than if you were just showing things at a daily level. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to get caught up in noise, right? You want to get caught up in the true trend. And when you combine the trends there with all the other things that you can do in Power BI, there's just so many. You can find the right insight. You can get to the right insight, and that's the key thing. So I just wanted to show you how you can reuse it. That's the key breakout part here. Obviously, during the Learning Summit, if you do want to register for that, I highly recommend if you're using Power BI. It's going to be so much to learn about it. High quality development. That's what I'm all about. High quality Power BI development. Certainly register. But this was just a very small part of the whole thing. It's going to be 6 workshops for about an hour long each. So there's going to be a lot of content and material to watch and learn from. But the key is about the Learning Summit and where this differs from all the other content that Enterprise DNA puts out, or basically anyone puts out anywhere on Power BI. It's all about how to build high quality practical solutions from start to finish. Okay, it's not just showing one thing, one isolated thing like a lot of the deep dive tutorials on Enterprise DNA TV. It's how do you build this overall great solution, compelling solution from data in its rawest form. So that's that combines using the query editor, building a good model, creating the right DAX formula, creating good visualizations, combining all of these things to create really effective reports and models that drive action, that drive positive actions. Okay, so I'm going to round things off there. Hopefully you can reuse this combination of formulas, this pattern of formulas, and use them as quickly and as effectively as I showcased today. I think that you'll find lots of places in your models where you can do that. All the best. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Enterprise DNA TV. If you enjoyed the content covered in this particular tutorial, please throw the video a like. It really helps us and we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Enterprise DNA TV channel. We have a huge amount of content coming out all the time from myself and a range of content creators, all dedicated to improving the way that you use Power BI and the Power Platform. Lastly, check out Enterprise DNA's website. Plenty of resources and further learning that you can access very easily. All the best. Take care.